So what I'll be talking about today is our snap-in technology and the partnership that we have entered with Schneider Electric, which we are super excited about. They have adopted this new technology that Weidmüller invented into their motor control portfolio, and they're starting with the, it's called TeSys, and they're starting with their contactor series here. And I just want to show real quick how snap-in works. It's the fastest termination technology on the market that lets you wire any termination point tool-free without the use of ferrule even. So I'll just show you real quick how this works. So I have a half-stripped wire here. I'm removing the insulation. This is just a stranded wire, so no ferrule required. And you can land it into the termination point right here, and it takes very little force. And you saw the pusher jump out. You heard the click hopefully as well. And you also can feel it when you go over the termination point. So that is what snap-in does. It gives you a ton of feedback that leaves no uncertainty of the state of the termination. So not only is this the fastest wiring technology currently on the market, but it also gives you that security of having a safe connection. There is a mousetrap mechanism inside, or what we reference as a mousetrap mechanism, and once you hit that little pressure plate that's deep in the spring, it will trigger that mousetrap mechanism, and you know you have a proper connection. That's where I usually reference it as digital wiring. It's either 0 or 1, it's terminated or not. There is absolutely no question about it. So this is the TeSys product. Schneider Electric has just announced or launched, but we also obviously have it in our own product portfolios. And we can move over to our snap-in robot where you can see some of the automated wiring. All right, so it's just landed a wire in the power supply here with our snap-in technology. Now it's measuring the other end of the wire that it had just previously stripped. And now it's going to bring it to the terminal block and land it in one of these opening points, and you're terminated. So snap-in technology has for the first time made automated wiring a possibility. It takes almost 0 insertion force to land that wire, and that's what makes it possible. You don't have to use a tool like a screwdriver. Other termination technologies will require a screwdriver torque sequence that is hard for a cobot. So in this case, with snap-in technology, automated wiring has become a reality, and just adds to the automation of cabinet building. We were already able to do automated rail assemblies and rail lasering, and now we're adding that automated wiring feature to it as well. So I just showed the snap-in robot and how it does automated wiring, and I brought the TeSys, the Schneider TeSys product here as well. So this is a true partnership between two global players that are both, more than 100 years old. And so that is very excited to us that a partner like Schneider Electric would adopt our technology, our snap-in technology, which we are very proud of. So you'll see that this is a contactor product that they have just launched for their product portfolio. They're going to expand more into their other product lines for motor control products as well. And so it's just really, really good to see how snap-in gets more traction and more acceptance in the market, and really the main value comes from the fastness of the technology. You're bringing down wiring of a terminal block to just under a second, which is just 90, 95, 96% of time savings in labor, in expensive labor, when you're installing wires into a terminal block. And so this obviously will also help Schneider Electric, just as how it does us, help their customers become more efficient in their installation time. But with the added safety features that I described earlier already, with the feedback that you're getting from the terminal block, it just gives a level of security that wasn't there before. And then when you talk about maintenance, for example, especially when you're looking at a screw technology, which is of course still very dominant in the automation space, you have the need of retorquing depending on vibration levels. So there's a lot of maintenance involved in other technologies. that all goes basically out the window because you're using a spring technology now that doesn't require any kind of retorquing. So it's maintenance free. And again, that just helps us, helps Schneider, help our customers to become more efficient and faster in the process.